right here on Church O'Clock. We get to give you the best in the music industry and the kind of music that encourages you and spurs you up to worship the Lord, even as you prepare to go to church. This is Church O'Clock Show, and this is our exciting segment, a segment we call the Book Club. We have an amazing guest in studio, not just amazing, but very inspirational based on the fact that he is a young gentleman, and the topic he's going to discuss and talk to us about is a topic that, well, is very, can I say, critical, because it's something we can't do without. Yet as believers, we have found ourselves putting it aside, not necessarily knowing how to actually deal with the topic. But I trust and know that at the end of this session, we will definitely have a better relationship with money. Karibu sana, Shadrack Radido.
Thank you very much.
You can tell us more about yourself.
Wow. First of all, let me begin by saying that I'm glad to be in this place, and I like the excellence that is in the room.
Yes.
And the activities that the team behind this program are doing. I just like it.
Wow. We are so grateful. We are honored to have you in studio this morning. And where do you go to church?
Wow.
You know, this is Church O'Clock Show. You have to tell us, where do you go to church?
Wow, thank you. I fellowship at Deliverance Church, House of Bread, and Bishop Mark Karaoke.
Right.
He's my spiritual father, and I've received a lot of mentorship from him, among other people who have been privileged to receive mentorship from. But basically, from my bit of introduction, as you said, I'm Radido Shadrack. I'm a consultant. I run a company called Zion Pearl Business Consultant.
Say that slowly.
Zion Pearl Business Consultant.
Yes.
Zion Pearl Business Consultant is a corporate and personal development consulting firm that work with the corporate institutions and individuals to capitalize on the gift they have, the talent, their creativity, and also help them to build capacity for performance improvement and productivity at their place of work, and also to maximize their potential. So basically, that is my field of daily pursuit.
That's what you do day in, day out.
That is what I do day in, day out. And when I have enough time, basically at night, I go into writing.
Writing.
Yeah, and I've been privileged to write several books. My first book is called The Ultimate Agenda. Talks about how you can transform your gift, your talent, and your creative ideas and create massive wealth with them. Wow. And my second book is this one. It's a very interesting...
That we are talking about...
Yes.
I like what you said. It's interesting because the topic, the title is so interesting. Homeless money. I'm just hoping that at the end of this session, we will have such a good relationship with money that it will find a home in our lives, in our pockets, and in our accounts. So how did you end up on this title, Homeless Money?
Homeless money. Wow. Thank you very much. First of all, let me begin by saying that there's too much money in Kenya. There's too much money in Kenya. There's too much money in Kenya. There's too much money in the continent of Africa. Too much. In fact, there's more money in Kenya than people. There's too much money in Kenya than the population that we have in our country.
That is so true. You don't even need to be a genius to know that, but somehow we don't even...
But to realize... You realize that this money that we have in our country is homeless. Money is looking for a home. Money is looking for a place it can settle. But the money that is homeless because we've not provided a home for it. You realize that the kind of home that this money is looking for is a home of an individual who has an idea. Money chase after ideas. The homeless money, people actually realize that those who are chasing money are not getting it. Yeah. Every day you wake up looking after money, you don't get it. Why? Because you are chasing the wrong thing. You're not supposed to be chasing money. You're supposed to be chasing what? Ideas.
You chase the ideas and the money will come your way.
Yeah. So money is the end. Actually, money is the reward that you get when you implement an idea. And because all of us are created by God, God deposited ideas in us. It could be in terms of creativity. It could be in terms of talent. It could be in terms of opportunity. So the moment you begin to look around, what are the opportunities that I can begin to implement so that I can welcome this homeless money into my home? Because everybody has an idea. And the homeless money that we have is looking for creative ideas that it can settle in. For example, let me just give you an example.
Yes.
In the year 2004, a young man by the name Zuckerberg came up with a Facebook idea. It was just an idea, a Facebook idea, a social networking site. So he organized that idea. Right now, Facebook is worth 231 billion. Facebook alone, which was an idea in 2004, just the other day. And also in 2015, somebody came up with a selfie stick. Imagine.
Yes, a selfie stick.
A selfie stick. A stick has made an individual a billionaire. Just a stick. And if you read in the Bible, you realize that Moses was walking with a stick all along his life. But somebody decided to look at a stick from a new angle.
And they have benefited
A
in
lot.
a great way. Now, the Bible is very clear. We shouldn't serve money and serve God. Both are masters, but we can't serve both. But now, is it that we have no ideas? Or why should we now be talking about money? You see, now it's already a conflict.
Yeah.
Most of us feel like if we gear towards money, we are getting worldly. And if we need to serve the Lord, I remember even growing up, we knew that pastors were people without money, and times even currently in our generation, if a pastor becomes wealthier and wealthier, it's seen like this is not the way it's supposed to be. So what's the place of us with believers with money?
With money.
Yes.
Wow. First of all, let me say, it's true, you cannot serve two masters.
Yes.
You either serve God or you serve the other things. But you realize that these other things that we want, they are in this main thing that we don't want to serve. Like our king, he's the ultimate. And you realize between the two, God did not create money. It is us human beings who did what? Who came up with money. And if you narrow down, you realize that money came from a tree. It's just papers. And papers came from a tree, which from the point of creation, we were called to dominate over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the plants, the animals, and all those things.
Including the trees.
Including the trees, which is controlling us. Yes.
Awesome.
So when you serve God, that's the beauty of serving God.
Yes.
When you serve God, He opens up our eyes of understanding. And then we capture the main thing, which we call our purpose. When you begin to fulfill your purpose, slowly but slowly, you realize that my gift is in singing. When you begin to give your gift, even the Bible says, a man's gift.
We'll take them before
It create
King.
rooms for
Yes.
you. It's not your degree, your gift. A man's gift create room for him. So and take him to high places. Your gift alone is the one that creates room for you. So when your gift creates room for you and you begin to serve your gift, what happens? You begin to get reward now in terms of the earthly things. This one we call the money.
Worldly, the ones
worldly
that we
things.
want to dissociate ourselves from.
They come as a result of you serving your gift.
We were talking about excellence today, and the aspect of finding the one thing, like Paul said, but I focus on this one thing.
One thing, yes.
And we were just discussing earlier on that many of us are doing many things. It could be the reason why the ideas are many and our focus of energy is so widespread that we are not able to really focus on this one thing. How do we get to focus on this one thing, and how do we get to be excellent? And even as you answer that, can you just tell us what's your journey of, how has your journey of excellence been?
Wow, thank you very much. First, by this one thing, as you've just told us, that Paul said that I am moving towards this one thing. Our main one thing could be serving God. Not even could, is supposed to be, and it is serving God. And how do we serve God? You serve God in your area of gifting. Like, for example, if I was created to become a corporate trainer, which you realize very interestingly when you will begin to talk about the journey of excellence. You realize that in as much as I'm a graduate of Kenyatta University, there's something that I studied in this university that I'm not implementing in the marketplace.
What was it? Because it's not part of your...
It's not part of what we actually...
It's not part of what you have been described
yes.
right at the back of your
I
book.
realized that, first of all, I came to this university to pursue a degree in public health. My background is in public health. That's what I graduated with at Kenyatta University.
And that's very prestigious in our modern day,
yes.
choice of careers.
Yeah, so I graduated with a degree in public health. But my passion and gift was in corporate training. So, in as much as I was pursuing public health as a course, my heartbeat was in corporate training. That's where my gift was. And you realize that many a times when somebody is gifted in a certain area, or they begin to become interested in certain areas, most of the time their passion will consume them. Passion is something that you cannot get tired of doing. Why? Because it inspires you. You get energized as you continue to do the thing that you're passionate about. For example, these shows that you guys roll out every Sunday morning is your passion. You don't get tired doing it.
Yes,
in fact, you can even do it even if you are not paid. So that is your passion. So what is that one thing that you can just give? And you realize, very interesting thing about life, when you begin to give your passion, even if it is for free, the marketplace will begin to reward you. You begin to give it for free because it's something that is coming inside you, and then the marketplace will now begin to reward you in terms of this monetary value. And why are they giving monetary value? So that you can continue with the journey of giving unto others. So the one thing that all of us need to look is our purpose. What was I created to do? Because if you begin to implement what you were created to do, now God will begin to see, oh, my son or my daughter is releasing his passion. He's serving his gift.
Wow, passion. The moment I'm so, the bit you said that what we're passionate about, even if it's something we should be able to give, even if it's freely, at no cost. And the rewards will come even as we continue to pursue this thing. I believe that's the place where most of us have not found ourselves in, understanding what are we truly passionate about.
And actually we realize that is the reason we have so much money which is homeless. Because people are chasing money rather than chasing passion. Wow. Actually, for you to begin to earn from the homeless money, you don't even need to finish your degree. There are those who are earning from their gift, from their passion, even before graduating.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I might even ask you this question.
Yes.
The person who created the first university, from which university did he graduate from?
Tell me.
He was not a university graduate.
So
this means that even the concept of university was an idea.
It was an idea.
Yeah. So God gave that person an idea.
And he couldn't have graduated because he was no university before.
Yeah. So all of us have unique ideas. So the key thing is to ask ourselves, or even to go back to the manufacturer who created us and ask him, when you are creating me, what did you put in me so that I can come to this earth to release? So when you begin to understand that, you'll even serve with excellence, because you will serve the main thing that you are created to release. And as you continue to release slowly by slowly, at whichever age, the marketplace will begin to reward you. Like a person like Tiger Woods,
yes,
he identifies area of gift at a young age. When he was 5, he began to to accumulate resources and even money at a young age. Even these other gifted musicians, like maybe Michael Jackson, in the world of music, God is the one who gave him the gift of music. So all of us have unique gift that we need to focus on. And you serve that, and then you'll begin to get the reward.
Wow, wow. You know, when you think about money, the main thing that comes to mind at times is how should we budget? Are we budgeting right? Are we now? What you're talking about, the chasing after money rather than chasing after ideas and implementing and purpose and the passion that we have in life. I want you to encourage someone who feels that they never have enough, and now I understand why most of us feel like we never have enough to do anything. Encourage someone who feel that they don't have it, but now because of the understanding that what they need to do is much more concentrate on their passion. Yes, encourage them in the area of pursuing that which God has called them to do, and to trust that the finances will come.
In fact, as a matter of fact, they have to come when you begin to pursue. So that individual, for example, you may not be having a job. You may not be in employment. You may be in your early days of struggling, which is part of the process. If you're in that stage of life and you don't know what to do, just cool down first. Relax, get some quiet time, and begin to ask yourself this question. What am I passionate about? If money was not an issue, what is this thing that I'm passionate about? This one thing that I'm passionate about. Then write it down. You write it down. Even the Bible says that write down the vision on paper. You write it down, the vision on papers, so that you may run with it. It begins from writing down, not running.
Not running.
Yeah.
You write
it down first.
And then you
run. And that bit of running, because it is something that you're passionate about, other people who are along that highway, who are ahead of you, will begin now to support you. It may not be in terms of financial support, but in terms of moral support, in terms of even connecting you with another person who has the finances that you need when you begin to serve what you have. Then you begin to get resources. And I usually say that every time a solution is given to a problem, transaction takes place and money exchanges hands.
Yes.
Every time you give a solution to a problem, I've also discussed that one in the book. Every time you give a solution to a problem, transaction takes place. And what happens? Money will exchange hands.
Money should be a trigger also for the ideas.
For the ideas. So because this solution that you are giving is actually is the ideas. You are giving because there is a problem. Where? In our society. So when you offer solution to our society in various areas, transaction will take place. And money, the homeless money, will now exchange hands and come to your side. Like for example, the other day, we banned the polythene bags. Do you know right now as we speak, somebody is a multi-millionaire because of those bags. Something that was becoming a problem to the society made a person who sees things differently become successful. Why? He gave a solution. What is the solution? An alternative way. Rather than using polythene bag, we are going to use what?
Something else.
These are the bags.
Yes, the jute bags and the rest.
Then transaction takes place. He offered the right solution, then he got the money.
He got the money.
And in that, you see this solution that he was offering, it could be God is the one who created him to offer that at this time.
At this point
in time.
When there was such a problem.
So the question is, every one of us, you need to sit down. If you realize that, actually, I usually say that every time you realize there's no money in your pocket, You just know that, yes, you don't have money, but the key thing is you don't have creative ideas. So anytime you realize you're broke, it is not that you lack money, you lack what?
You lack ideas. Don't be bothered that you're broke. Be bothered that you don't have ideas to put the money in the pocket. Now, tell us, someone has pursued their passion and they're working on their ideas and they're implementing them. And the money is coming. How do we manage the money that we have?
Good. First of all, you have to do 3 things. Number 1, you have to prioritize. Number 2, you have to organize. Number 3, you have to discipline yourself. And even before I go deep into that answer, do you know that there are people who have been killed by money? Too much money has killed people.
Oh, the lack of it and the much of it is
you see,
like...
people usually say that the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, not money itself, the love of.
Oh, not the money.
Not the love of. You're supposed to love God. You're not supposed to shortchange God by loving money. So the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself.
Money is not evil.
In fact, money has no emotions. So your love is not supposed to come from God. You're supposed to be tuned to Him 100%. Because when you're tuned to Him, He begins to give you creative ideas. When you implement the creative ideas, you get what? The money. But when you shortchange Him by not loving Him and begin to love money, now that is now the root of all evil. Because you begin now to do things that are not in line with your purpose. So stick to God and ask Him, what is this purpose? Because even the Bible says that many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. Yeah. Your purpose. Yes, you go to the university, you started a certain course like medicine, but your passion is in music. What do? Your parents want to study. They want you to study medicine because you scored an A.
Yes.
But your heartbeat is in music.
It's in music.
Or your heartbeat is in creative arts. What do? And you realize that if you begin to implement or to focus on your area of passion or purpose, you will not have to wait for long to begin to get reward from it. Why? Because it is something that you love. And you cannot fake passion. Passion is something that you cannot fake. Somebody will know this one is passionate about this or not.
Wow. So you said prioritize,
organize and discipline. For finances, just come up with a budget of not what you want, what you need.
What you need. Okay, what you need. Prioritize on what you need.
Yes. Organize. And then you discipline yourself. That part of discipline is usually the most difficult bit. But the moment you focus that I have these resources, they'll be strictly for this item, or they'll be strictly for this project, I will not mix them. You prioritize, you organize.
If it's tight, it's tight. It's not money set apart to sort me out when things are, when life is hard or when things are going tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Prioritize, organize, discipline.
And
these resources, they will just follow us as we begin to do that.
Wow, I'm so encouraged, especially because you know when we talk about money, you expect an old man in his retirement age to come give us all the experience and the knowledge and everything that he has learned and known about everything. But we're so encouraged that a gentleman like you can have such a command and understanding in the area of finances. You see, I trusting that the viewer at home has taken down those points. I will do the same even as we wind up on this on this section. And I'm so glad. Just take a few minutes and encourage someone in the pursuit of their passion, in the pursuit of what we ought to do to actually find that money has a home in our lives.
Good. Wow. I want to say this, that the greatest resource we have in Kenya is the intelligence of its people. That is the greatest resource we have as a country, is the intelligence of our people. And this one narrows down to individuals. What do I carry? What was I born to do? What is my passion? What is this one thing that I can't get tired of doing? What is this one thing that even if I'm not paid to do, I can just do it to my level best?
And the money will
find will come.
A home in our lives.
You see, this book has been forwarded by Dr. Manu Chandaria.
Yes.
And there's a place at the back where he said the deeper truth. He said, the rich and the wealthy in our society are ideas driven and not money driven.
Awesome.
Guys like them, they don't chase money.
Money finds its home in their lives. Thank you so much, Shadrack Radido. We are encouraged, and we'll definitely look out for your book, Homeless Money by Shadrack Radido. We are going on a short break, and we have so much in store for you, our viewer. And I trust that your life will never be the same again. Our pursuit is a pursuit of our passion and not money. Money will follow us. Thank you so much.